Bungie confirms it's ending Destiny 2 updates to focus on new games. And we talked about there's been like $1 billion lost in Bungie since last year. And this is by Andy Robinson at the Video Games Chronicle, VJC. In an update posted on its website, the studio confirmed that its release, the final live service content update for Destiny 2 on June 9th. The final update will add a collection of love letters to players based on the most common player requests. Bungie said, including the return of the director in other modes and small character beats to leave the story and the characters in an interesting places. The news follows declining player numbers for their live service shooter and a disappointing recent expansion. Sony Interactive Entertainment recently reported $765 million impairment loss related to Bungie's asset following release of its extraction shooter Marathon. Sony has not said how the game has performed since its release earlier this year. For almost 12 years, we've had the joy and honor to explore the Destiny universe with you all, Bungie said on Thursday. Through all the ups and downs, surprises, and triumphs, building Destiny alongside our players has been a monumental privilege. While our love for Destiny 2 has not changed, it's become clear that after the final shape, we have reached the time for our shared worlds and Destiny to live beyond Destiny 2. It continued, as our focus turns towards a new beginning for Bungie, we will begin working on incubating our next games. To that end, on June 9th, 2026, we will release the final live service content update for Destiny 2 to begin that new journey as a studio. Though active development may be concluding, we will ensure that Destiny 2 remains playable just as the original Destiny is today. Many changes in this final update will aim to ensure that Destiny 2 is a welcoming place for players to return to. We're proud of Destiny 2 and the place it took us and the legacy it has created. Because of all of you, our universe is vast, built on years of shared stories, adventures, and victories. From the Cosmodrome to the Pale Heart to the Lawless Frontier, we have forged lifelong memories and friendships with you all. We're incredibly grateful to everyone who made the journey with us. From the deepest parts of our hearts, thank you, and we'll see you in the stars. Man, I feel like this is a little late. Let's just be honest. I feel like it's a little late. Destiny 2 should have wrapped up at the final shape, which I think came out last year, the year before that. I feel like it's just kind of been hanging on by a thread for a while. And I know Bungie has tried to put a lot of stock in Marathon, and they should have seen the writing on the wall. But I think with Marathon not doing as well as it should have, Sony is like, hey, we need you to wrap up Destiny 2, do whatever you need to do, and start coming up with a new game. We need you to make money. And you've cost us, like, just from not only, but just from Marathon alone, over $765 million. And with Destiny not performing the way it should, they lost even more money. So close to $1 billion. That's a lot, y'all. I don't know about you. I don't have $1 billion floating around for, a game group to not perform the way that they touted themselves, we know how to make live service. Like Sony has, because of Jim Ryan's crappy leadership, has suffered so much from this purchase of Bungie. And I like all the people that made Bungie awesome aren't there anymore, y'all. Like, let's just be honest. Even the people that, I'm not talking about the Halo people, even the people that worked on Destiny 1, so many of those people are gone. So many people that worked on Destiny 2 when it first launched, they're gone. The people that, like, it's not the same company anymore. And it's sad because Bungie was one of those groups. Like I remember when, like, Halo came out and it's like, oh, this company Bungie, and like you would see like the footage of like them working on the game and like all of this, and it's like it felt like chaotic but cool at the same time, and that's not them anymore. You know what I mean? And like the industry, yes, has changed, but they were willing to take risks. They were willing to make things happen, and that's not them anymore. They're costing people money. They're, costing people's jobs. They've laid off a lot of people over the last year. I'm curious how many people have they laid off. Let's look that up. We're using Claude to help us figure that out. Zach returns. Let's see. How many people have Bungie laid off in the last year? We don't need it on Opus. We can do haiku. Let's see. Let's see how many they have laid off in the last year, because I think that's also important to know. Based on reports, Bungie has laid off 17% of its staff in 2024, which involved eliminating 220 roles. In 2023, Bungie cut 8% of its workforce, and then from its peak of 1,600 employees in mid 2023, Bungie's total workforce shrank about 850 by the end of 2024, a 47% reduction in just 1 year. Additionally, there are some very recent reports that Bungie is facing significant layoffs after canceling. I haven't heard anything about that. I'm not sure. I don't know what day one is. I haven't heard of them before. I'm not verifying that right now. But yeah, wow. That's a lot of people. 47% reduction in just 1 year. That says a lot. And Sony's wanting their money. So I hope the best for them. I want to see Bungie get back to what they do well, but it can't be more of this. It can't, like, Marathon's going into his second season. They're introducing PvE and all of that. But I think the diehard people want something like Destiny where you can, or Halo, where it's like you get to keep the stuff that you have. Like, extraction shooters are very niche. It's not the thing that people, you know what I mean? Like, yes, Arc Raiders did amazing. Tarkov is big, but it's not as, you know what I mean? It's just not what they should have done.